wanted to talk to you today about our self-care and our energy. And that's a conversation all by itself. But I'm gonna try to keep within the time frame. And every so often I'm gonna keep coming back to this idea about energy, because sometimes we don't understand how that plays such an intricate part in our self-care journey, right? Energy is currency, right? A lot of times we don't. I think to begin this conversation, it's important to understand that currency comes in different forms. We've often been taught that the most important currency, or welcome to another video. Welcome to the Bajo channel. This is the home of self-care, beauty, wellness, and any and everything that'll help you to become the most empowered version of you. I wanted to talk to you today about our self-care and our energy. And that's a conversation all by itself. But I'm gonna try to keep within the time frame. And every so often I'm gonna keep coming back to this idea about energy, because sometimes we don't understand how that plays such an intricate part in our self-care journey, right? Energy is currency, right? A lot of times we don't. I think to begin this conversation, it's important to understand that currency comes in different forms. We've often been taught that the most important currency, or we've been led to believe, maybe not, we've been shown or modeled that money is everything. That is such the greatest form of currency or exchange. But there are lots of currencies. And I implore you today, and I challenge you to just listen, hear me out. Energy is a form of currency. Why do I say that? And it plays an intricate role in your self-care journey. The reason I say energy is a form of currency is because you spend it every single day. You spend energy every single day. Everywhere you go, every time even when you're alone, even when you're by yourself, even when you're in a group, no matter what you're doing, you're expending some form of energy, right? So the fact that you spend it every day, you have to be responsible with it. Whenever you're spending something, you have to be responsible with it, because a lot of times we spend this energy on things that we're never going to get a return on. I've learned a long time ago, right, that some people are not even worth having an argument with, because they enjoy it so much, and that's the space that they operate in, that they're just trying to pull you into that space so they can get a fulfillment from you spending your energy on them. It's like they don't mind taking it from you because it's feeding something toxic that's in them. And a lot of times you're caught off guard. You don't even know that it's happening. You're being snatched of your energy. What I will say is that you have to be careful that you have to be more cognizant of the fact that you're spending your energy and where you're spending it at. I say energy is currency also is because you can become bankrupt without it. Without your energy, you're bankrupt. You think you're broke because you may not have the money that you want. But without your energy, you ain't getting no money. You don't have the energy to get it. You don't even have the creativity. You don't even have the mind space to get it. When you feel signs of burnout, like fatigue, emotionally you feel exhaustion. A lot of times it's your energy. Your energy is low. And a reason it's low is because you have been careless and have misappropriated, let me say it like this, in a gross misappropriation of your energy, you now feel exhausted, lethargic, fatigued. You think that it's a health issue, and it will become a health issue, but a lot of times it's because you have misappropriated your expenditure of your energy. And these are the things that are not spoken, these are things that are not taught, but you feel it nonetheless. Your energy is currency. Another reason I say it's currency is because you get to choose where you invest your energy. The same way with your money and any other type of form of currency, you get to choose where you spend it. You get to choose. No one is going to take my energy if I don't give it to them. You have to be a willing participant in this endeavor. There are energy vampires, just like there's money vampires. You know, we're more aware of scams that people are trying to take our money than you are of scams when people are trying to take your energy. Like, I know in certain parts of the world, and I know especially in New York City, most New Yorkers, they know a scam from a mile away. And even then, sometimes it gets so sophisticated, you get scammed anyway. And New Yorkers are so cognizant. They have that. It's like you always have your ear to the ground, like looking like, okay, that don't even sound right. You can even come any way that doesn't seem right. It's like, that's a scam, because it's like so prevalent. It's like everywhere. So your spidey senses is high when it comes to recognizing those type of scams. But what we're not so intricate about is when people are scamming you for your energy. They say one thing, they do something, and there you go. You're off through to the race. Energy being spent like water, and you don't even understand it or recognize it until at some point you realize you don't have any energy to do what you're supposed to do. You're done now. But you've, again, in a gross misappropriation of energy, you've spent it on something that doesn't even deserve it. If you start to look at your energy as a precious commodity, you'd be way more mindful in how you spend it and how you allow people to come and just pluck away at it at any given moment. Your energy is so precious that you have to begin to move differently as it pertains to how you spend it. It is currency. Start utilizing that idea and that vision in your mind to see when I'm mishandling and I'm being careless with my energy. And just know that there always comes a time in your life where you're going to need that energy for something that's so much greater than what you're spending it on now. Somebody want to argue with you. Someone want to say something just to kind of ruffle your feathers, and you know that they're like picking you. You have to learn it's not worth it. It's like you would never take money out of your pocket and throw it at somebody if they're doing something to aggravate you. You would never do that because you value your money. Think the same way when it comes to your energy. Think about, do I want to even engage in this with this person? Or can I walk away? And sometimes, granted, we're human. Sometimes you get caught in and you don't even realize it, but you're already in. You got to learn how to wring yourself right back out. Like, just will yourself right back out. Like, recant. Take back step. When you realize you've gone too far and you don't want to spend any more energy than you have, the same thing with money. If you realize you're wasting money, you're looking at a subscription that you bought and you don't use it and you haven't used it in years, and you like, okay, I can't get back what I spent, but what I can do, I can cut it off now and I can continue. I can try to recapture moving forward what I'm wasting. Same thing. Sometimes you jump in, you're in already. Somebody got you, they have your wheels spinning. And now you have to be aware enough to be like, you know what? No more. No más. Like our Spanish community say, no más. No, not doing that anymore. No more. And you are the person that's in control of it. You have more control than what you, a lot of times, than we want to give ourselves credit for. You have a lot of control. You have a lot of control. More than you want to give yourself credit for. Energy is currency. Spend it wisely. Stop allowing people to scam you out of your energy. You can't be more aware of money scams than you are of energy scams. You can't. Bring up your level of awareness, because it's happening every single day and you don't even know. People at war with themselves, and they see you, they out of their own energy, they coming to get some of yours. Scam. I thank you for listening to this video. I appreciate you for joining this channel. This is the Bajo channel. It's the home of self-care, beauty, wellness, and any and everything that'll help you to become the most empowered version of you. Remember that self-care, it is the best care. Later.